What up, G Life? It's your boy MC Shadow back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, check out the playlist. The playlist on top, one of my videos in the home folders. Makes the video you're looking for a lot easier, whether it's just reactions or G series, all that. You can find them in the home folders. Don't forget to check out my second channel, Man in Society, M.O.D, where we talk about stuff outside of the streets. Now, what I wanted to get into was an interesting topic. The idea for this video actually, came from my daughter. So my daughter's taking some college courses, right? Studying law enforcement, right? She's looking to become, like FBI and whatnot, which is ironic, But I'm proud of her. Um, you know, she's got a bright future ahead of her. Now, in this class that she's taking, it's being taught by, someone who's in the law enforcement field, who already has years of experience, right, in the whole gang task and all that. And he actually, was speaking about something, so my daughter brought it up to me. And he said that the Raiders, the team, the logo, the jerseys, the Raiders itself is attached to gangs, right? Gang members, and that it means something, right? That it means something in the gangster world. And this is actually not true. This is actually false. Raiders means nothing in the gang world. Is it attached to gang members? Yes, it's attached to gang members. It's attached to gang members by society, not by us. You get me? Do homies wear Raiders attires and are they Raider fans? Yes, this is true. But there's a lot of homies who don't like the Raiders and who wouldn't wear a Raiders jersey if you paid them to. You know what I mean? Not everyone rocks the Raiders. Certain vitals rock the Jets for like projects or the Steelers like Pacoimas and Barrio Pobres and many other barrios. There's certain teams that rock the Chargers, the SD neighborhoods. There's certain neighborhoods that rock the Carolina Panthers for Eastside Torrance. There's different barrios that use different jerseys, right, and different teams, different logos, and that mean different things for each individual barrio. But to say that it's attached to us universal or that it means something is nonsense. It doesn't mean shit to us, like I said. Now, why do a lot of gang members like the Raiders? One, people have to understand that the Raiders used to be a part of Los Angeles. They used to play, right? They were the LA Raiders, right? And at the time that they were the LA Raiders was when gangbanging was coming up. It's when it was like all all engines at 100. It's when gangbanging was at its max. Is when this team was here in Los Angeles, right? It's when all these youngsters were coming up. Because remember, a lot of gangs used to be football teams, right? They, after school, youth programs or where a bunch of kids used to get together and how could I say, have a team, and they used to play other teams and stuff like that. Football was really big, as youths growing up, right? Basketball now started to get a fan base, but back then it was, football. Football was what everyone wanted to play, what everybody liked. It was a physical sport, some gladiator type shit. You wanted to prove yourself that you're tough, and so a lot of people grew up being football fans. There wasn't really that many basketball fans. A lot of people were football fans. So, a lot of people gravitated to football and everything like that. And since this was a team right here in LA, of course, people were going to represent it like the Raiders, So, a lot of people had that attachment to the Raiders for that reason. Not only that, you have to also keep this in mind. These gangs were started by young kids, right? Young kids. And look how the Raider logo looks. You got a pirate with two swords. That shit looks badass, So a lot of people, you being a young kid, you think that shit looks cool, So obviously, a lot of people gravitated to that. And not only that, a lot of homies like dark colors. A lot of homies don't like bright colors. So black and, gray or silver, whatever. And the colors, look, I'm a Broncos fan. So you already know how I feel about the Raiders, you know what I'm saying? But I have to say the colors are nice. The colors are, they have the best colors out of any football team. I have even rocked, Raider jerseys, you know what I mean? Oh, traitor, vato, nah. Because, you want to look G'd up and everything like that. And a lot of people, when someone's wearing Raiders, they kind of associate that. You want to let everyone know that what's happening. I'm right here if anybody wants action. You know what I mean? I know people say that that's stupid, but that's the mentality back then. We didn't want our gangs being secrets and shit. We used to get it on our hats, on our shirts. We used to walk, man. We used to walk around letting everybody know. You know, wait, Raffer, woo, woo. You know, dog. If anybody try to keep it a secret, you try to be little pro homies, you're gonna be like, what's up with this vato scared to represent, homie? Homie's a weenie. We were gonna look at it like that, dog. You wanted everyone to know where you were from, what you were repping. That shit was no secret, like to keep it a secret, my boy. What kind of shit is that, dog? Like, we're here to bang and we're here to get shit cracking. We ain't here to fucking be on the low and everything like that. Nah, we were here to kick up action. We wanted some action. You know, if we wanted that shit to be a secret, my boy, stay home. You know? You say you gangster, but you scared to gang bang. You scared to get banged on. You scared to go banging. What you being a gangster for then? If it's supposed to be a secret. Ay, ay, ay. That's the opposite of what a gangster's supposed to be doing. You know, gangsters were posted, writing their vital big ass letters, having it everywhere tatted big and on their clothes and letting everyone know that passed by, woo woo, you know, what neighborhood it was. Shit was not meant to be no secret. People got that shit twisted. But, you know, so it was attached to the, you know, the gangster lore. But like I said, not every gang member likes the Raiders, and not everyone gang member uses the Raiders in it. And the letters don't mean nothing. The colors don't mean nothing. There's no secret coding behind it. That's none of that. That's what the world thinks. That's shit that they created and they concocted on their own. You know, we never said none of that. Like I said, different inviters have different teams and logos and hats. You know, rarely, not that many people use football teams because our riders are more attached to lettering, right? Letters and numbers and stuff like that, right? So you know, that's why most homies use like baseball hats because, you know, the lettering on the baseball hat, like my neighborhood with the Rockies or other neighborhoods that use the A or the B or the C, you know, they use the, you know, while football teams is more of a drawing, right? It's more of a logo. So, you know, not that many people really use, you know, football teams. You know, there is some, you know, like KC uses the Chiefs because obviously KC, you know, other riders, you know, like Eastside Torrance because they use the Panthers and, you know, the Carolina Panthers, you know, and stuff like that, right? But more people use football, baseball teams than anything else. You know, because more of a letter thing than a drawing thing. So therefore, you know, like in my neighborhood, some of my homies are Cowboy fans. Some of my homies are Charger fans. You know, well, I'm a Broncos fan. You know? But yes, a lot of my homies are Raider fans, you know what I mean? Because of the R and Raiders are. And because just as that, you know, it made homies look G'd up. So, you know, had that stigma to it. So homies wanted to look banged out. But like I said, not every homie and you know, and it had no secret meaning and stuff like that. It was just that shit that the media and everyone else threw out there, you know. Oh, he's wearing a Raider jersey, he must be gang related. That's the most dumbest thing I ever heard, because if you really think about it, then I guess every time they throw a Raider game and you see all those Raider fans, oh, then they're all gang members. Oh, especially the fools that have the tattooed on them or their face painted with a spike. Them fools are hardcore gang members right there. They must be the main heads. If we're really gonna say that this team is attached to the gangs and stuff like that, then that fool must be the main head right there. Cause look, that fool has his face painted and everything. My boy right there is a shot caller. Nah, you have Raider fans that are not gang related, so it's not attached to a gang. It's not a gang thing. It's an NFL team that's owned by the NFL and stuff like that. It's not owned by the gangs and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? You know, if you're in South Central, you're walking around with a Raiders jersey, yeah, you probably will get banged on, but but you'll probably get banged on if you were to rock anything else either way, so it don't really matter. You know what I mean? Especially nowadays. Nowadays, you can't even tell, so it's like, you know what I mean? But to say that there's a secret code behind it or the letters mean something, nah. And it's funny because you have people teaching this to students, right? But they're teaching them lies, though, because that's not true. You know what I mean? But see, to even that they over here spill propaganda, though, because how they're used to seeing it on gang members and everything, they themselves attach it to individuals. So now they're targeting and profiling people who are not even gang members. Because he's wearing a jersey, you're automatically gonna pull him over and harass him, thinking that he's a gang member when he's not. That's why it's not good to go based off of looks. You know, if they're not doing something illegal, then leave the man alone. But if you harassing him going based off the way he looks, there's a lot of things wrong with that, bro. A lot of things wrong with that. A fool could be tattooed from head to toe and have no gang ties because just somebody likes tattoos. But since you're going based off of looks, that's why people that judge people based off of looks get on my nerves, you know, because it's the most ignorant thing you can do in this planet. Don't judge somebody based off the way they look. Go based off of their character. Get to know the individuals first. Or unless he's doing something illegal. Other than that, I mean, it's prejudice, bro. I could only see that's what's wrong with law enforcement. You know what I mean? A lot of things that's wrong with our society. You know, a lot of people like to judge and rush to conclusions. Now, it's never good to do that. If people were to rush into conclusions, if that was the way the world should be, this world would be in shit already. We would have nuclear wars all over the place because people would just listen to their, to their ignorant people and rush to conclusions, start bombing other countries, nuking other countries, going based off of their their prejudice. Nah, it's never good to do that, bro. Really get to know a scenario and somebody before you want to judge. That's just all I'm saying. But that's my opinion. What do you guys think? Your experiences maybe with the Raider team, or how do you view it? Leave it in the comments. I'm curious to hear what you guys got to say. Shout out, we out.